sometimes I like waking up in the morning and actually being like, I can go back to sleep. But then, of course, Second Sight announces their new batch of movies. And I'm like, I can make a video on this. This is technically my dressing gown. Isn't it nice? Look at the orange and stuff. Anyway, hi, welcome back to Collector Creations. We're talking about Second Sight's new batch because I'm really curious to discuss it. They've got the new Blair Witch release and the Late Night with the Devil release. This is one of those kind of battle of the international distributor, at least for me because I'm in Australia, and the local one, which for me because I'm in Australia. So again, Second Sight International and Umbrella and Imprint for Australia. And it's a curious one because, of course, when they had announced, at least when Imprint had announced their Blair Witch Project version, which comes with the first and second film, which I think is maybe a little disappointing. If they had have released it with the 2016 film, that would have been a bit nicer, at least especially for me, because I could have gotten rid of my 2-pack. Now I'm just going to have two different versions, well, basically just two different copies of the first film, with both packs having two different sequels, which is ridiculous. But it is what it is. And so, yeah, they had announced it, and then there was one of the producers or whatever was like, actually, Second Sight's doing a release that has like a brand new restoration, all this stuff, whatever. And I don't want to discredit Imprint for their work because I like the box art look. I like that they've got both films in two separate releases, like in the one big box, whatever. There's not too much to really contrast between the first films because the thing is, where Second Sight has this, new restoration, whatever, not in 4K, despite people being so clamoring about it. Shut the fuck up. It's filmed on 16mm. Are you kidding me? Anyway, from, as it says, high 8 videotapes and 16mm film elements. They're not going to get a 4K out of that. I think people are so unrealistic with their expectations. But again, supervised by producers and directors. This is Second Sight's version. A nice benefit is it's a 2-disc edition, including the remastered theatrical cut and the festival cut. And it says plus original release version, which makes it sound like there are 3 different editions, like 3 different films. So that's going to be really interesting. And yeah, of course, I'm going to buy this. Duh. Probably worth noting, I've already put in an order for the imprint version, but I'll get around to saying why in a minute. They've also got the Blair Witch documentary, which is a brand new feature-length documentary from Second Sight. So again, something unique, something interesting. And the only other unique thing to this is the audio commentary by Alexandra Helen Nicholas and Josh Nelson, 2 people who have done some really good commentaries in the past. Who I'm pretty sure I've met Josh before. They're both Aussies. Alexandra is fantastic. I've met her before. She's a wonderful girl. Great stuff. I've got a couple of her books already, listened to a couple of her commentaries beforehand and video essays, and she's done some amazing work. Josh, I'm only going to say he's done the same because I think I've ever only seen him do one piece of work, and that was a presentation at the Astor for the Cinemaniacs. So, yeah. Anyway, the rest of it is like, Curse of Blair Witch, alternate endings, interviews from Cannes, and Blair Witch Project analog horror in a digital world, which doesn't stipulate that that's a new thing or anything, but I imagine it's probably a video essay, and of course deleted scenes in the original directors and producers' audio commentary. The limited edition version has your, art cards, Heather's journal, and the 184-page hardback book, which also includes... Oh, no, it doesn't. It doesn't include any essays from people that I know, but 184-page book, look, that's pretty goddamn good. And so this, at least for Australian price, because it kind of basically gives you an Australian price on the website, which is nice, is $74.38, which is still a lot, obviously, but I'm also like, I want to contrast it at least to Imprint's version, because Imprint, I bought their October bundle pack. I've never done that before. I did it for one reason, and that's because it made every single release that they had basically $40, or at least $40 per film, which is Australian dollars, and there's still a lot, but for boutique releases that have, good special features, whatever, even if the transfers are not remastered or whatever, it doesn't really matter. there's something to it. So, like, the imprint bundle comes with, like, the 4K of Suspiria, which was $110, and I was not keen for that, but making it, like, dividably $40 for this, in, like, $380 instead of 110, does sound like a huge contrast. But when you add all the other films and you realize one of the other sets is like 130 to $140, you're like, actually, again, doing the math, it's $40 a film, even though the last film, the 10th film, is actually a documentary about the Roman Polanski. But it's a film, so even though it's not really counted technically, but that's not what we're here for. But that also comes with the Blair Witch collection for the film and Book of Shadows. It comes with The Antichrist, it comes with Superstition, it comes with Death Valley, and the directed by Roman Polanski collection, which is 3 films and a documentary. Now, I did want to get some of these. The only one of these I didn't want to get was Antichrist, because I already have the Kino release, but the artwork's really nice. And again, it was one of those, if I, like, remove Antichrist and buy them all separately, it became like $400. So I was like, yeah, it's smarter to just buy the bundle, which I've also never done before, and all these films sound interesting no matter what. So, yeah, sure. But in terms of Blair Witch itself, their version, their Blu-ray for the first film, comes with less stuff, obviously. It's the pre-existing transfer. It does have a new audio commentary by Matt Blasey, which is the author of 8 Days in the Woods, The Making of the Blair Witch Project, but everything else is the same. The audio commentary with the writers and directors, the Curse of Blair Witch documentary, alternate ending, discovered footage, Blair Witch Legacy, all that stuff. It does have different audio, which is LPCM 2.0 stereo, which is arguably something notable because Second Sights is a DTS HD master audio. So, again, stereo 2.0, which I'm not against. The original version I'd seen on my original Blu-ray still sounded good. I don't even know if that was a LPCM. Yes, I've got the Lionsgate release. Okay, so it actually is a DTS Master Audio 2.0 stereo on the Lionsgate release. Interesting. But again, directors and producers commentary, alternate ending, Curse of Blair Witch Legacy, and trailers. So it's basically just this. Yeah. It's one of those situations where I kind of had to get it in order to make the whole thing. Because I don't have the sequel. I wanted to get Book of Shadows, no matter how quote-unquote bad the film is. It was something I wanted to get. I was doing this early enough because my brother's moving today, and the movies are here. It's fucking 8 o'clock in the morning. It's a Saturday. So yeah, realistically speaking, there's not much difference between, outside of the new commentary and the nicer looking package, not too much different from Imprint's version. And I kind of knew that going in. Again, I wanted Book of Shadows. That's the reason why I bought the set. And Book of Shadows at least still has 2 new interviews, some more special features that haven't been announced, plus a bunch of featurettes, documentaries, 2 different audio commentaries. So, plus a 5.1 and LPCM 2.0. So there's enough reason there for me to still get it. I'm not going to cancel my big Imprint bundle order just because Second Sight's having a release. I knew Second Sight was having a release, and at this rate I'm still going to get Second Sight's release because, this is just how it goes for physical media. Sometimes you kind of got to be like, well, look, I want to get that, but I want to get that. I could probably wait a year or something, and Imprint might do a standard version for Blair Witch, assuming the limited version sells out and they're able to reproduce it in a standard version. But that standard version's still going to just have both films combined. They're not going to separate the films. They never do. They probably only have the license to produce it as one. So, yeah. I don't know. To me, to some degree, it feels more like they were able to get the license for Book of Shadows, and the rights to actually add more special features to it. Whereas they were like, well, we can still get Blair Witch, because who the fuck really wants to buy Book of Shadows? But we can still get Blair Witch, and it's the pre-existing version. We can at least get a new commentary, and we can add it all in and make it fancier, make it look nicer, make it more exciting for Australian buyers who've never bought the fucking Blu-ray before. So there is that benefit of it's like it definitely feels like they got more rhyme and reason to, or at least from the producers, whatever, whoever allowed them to make this release, gave them the rights to put in a lot of effort into Book of Shadows, which is great. Unfortunately, no fan cuts or anything, which I already have one on my computer, which is a weird amalgamated cut that I've yet to see. But, you know, you can get it on Reddit, apparently. That's how I got it. So, yeah. Am I still disappointed in Imprint's release? No, because it's like, look, they are at least giving you a new commentary for the first film, and the second film they're going out of their way to make sure it's an amazing release, so I'm very excited for it. But Second Sight, again, have their own level of, oh yeah, but we can also remaster films. We're doing it with the original footage, with the help of the original directors and producers. Is it compensating any of the cast and crew? No, but that's how this stuff goes, unfortunately. But then, of course, you have their second release, which is Late Night with the Devil. And initially I was like, well, Umbrella, the local distributor for me, is doing a release. They've got a $130 release that comes with a VHS. Let me just look at... Oh, it's sold out. Well, it looks like I'm getting the Second Sight version because I do like the artwork more for the Umbrella release, but it's either like $40 for a standard release in Australia, or $30 to $40 for a standard release, or you get this limited edition release, or even just the standard release, depending on which one you want to get. I usually always look at the limited editions, which comes with a booklet, comes with art cards, comes with some nice artwork. I do like the artwork. It's, you know, so brand new artwork, all that stuff. It has, by Haley Turnbull, very nice. 6 art cards, 120-page booklet, including writing by Emma Westwood, who I'm friends with. I'm so special. I know all these Aussie people who go to the same goddamn film screeners that I do. They're great, wonderful people. But it does come with a 4K UHD, which is interesting because they were so, like, the Umbrella was saying how, the guys who made the film didn't want a UHD to be released. And then, they wanted the 1080p to be their preferred format, plus you get the VHS, which is a luxury, a little bonus. But then, of course, I think it was Germany had a 4K Steelbook release coming out, and people were like, oh, well, they're getting a 4K, what the fuck's going on there? And now Second Sight's getting a 4K, and it's like, oh shit, I'm pretty sure the US is getting a Steelbook release. I don't know if theirs is a 4K or not, but Second Sight's getting a 4K, and yeah, that's really interesting, because luckily at least their limited edition version is a dual format, UHD and Blu-ray disc. I know both of these releases are region B locked, which a lot of people were like, the UHD is region free for Late Night with the Devil, but Blair Witch is region B. I have no complaints of that. I both am a region B native player and also have an all region player. I don't know why people in America complain too often. Buy a region free player. Get over yourselves. Oh, triggering the Americans. Anyway, but yeah, so it comes with HDR and Dolby Vision, which is really nice. You get, again, a new audio commentary by Alexandra Helen Nicholas and Josh Nelson. Man, I'm starting to feel like I've been talking about these guys forever now. But then all the rest of it is brand new special features, an interview of the director, an interview of directors, interview of one of the actors, an interview of another. Like, there's 3 interviews with actors, cult hits, Zoe Rose Smith on Late Night with the Devil, behind the scenes making of, and South by Southwest Q&A. So there's still a good amount of stuff. It's $66 at least for Australia. I was really up in the air about getting the Umbrella release, and I guess because I didn't expect Second Sight to get their hands on a release. So I'm really happy about that. I guess I'm going to buy them. But it does come to that thing of, I wasn't overtly keen on buying Umbrella's limited release, even though it looked really good and it had some like extra booklets and stuff. Like, there was a lot of extra weight to it. It wasn't just the VHS. There were some booklets and stuff, and I was like, it looks great. The artwork looks good. I'd really want to get it, but Second Sight has their release coming out. It's like, I mean, it's like half the price, and it's a 4K disc. And to be fair, most of the price, I imagine, for the Umbrella version is a VHS. If they had a version like that without the VHS, I probably would have been a bit more you know, sure, if it was like $30 cheaper, I probably would have gotten that instead. And then I would have seen second sights and I would have been like, I mean, you know, that's rolling the dice. You know, some people get the rights to produce a release quicker than others, and now it's a hell of a lot of competition for one film. All these different brands in all these different countries getting the rights to one film, and it's not exactly annoying because it means the more distribution from different countries, the more availability for people in different countries. And again, for those who like have different region codes and whatever, can get their versions of the films from different regions. So there's enough variability going around, and I like that. So hence why I'm eager to still get the second sight Blair Witch, because it's still something new and unique. And same with Late Night of the Devil, but I also haven't ordered Late Night of the Devil from anyone else. And I was probably just going to get the Umbrella version. So now I'm probably just going to avoid getting the Umbrella version. Unless I'm like, do I really need a 4K UHD and a 120 page booklet? Maybe I'll just spend $20 less and get, you know, I think it's $30. 36 I'm pretty sure it's a $30 release from Umbrella, so it's like I could save $36 and not get a 4K disc and not get a extra booklet, but at the same time I'm probably going to do that anyway, like, you know, I don't know. But also that audio commentary with Alexandra and Josh is like much more tempting, so yeah, I'm probably going to get that. Easier said than done. So I mean, actually, it is probably. I mean, it is easier said than done, but it's very much an easy thing to do. So, let me know your thoughts down below on which release you're planning to get, and yeah, what do you think of how tricky it can be when you already have like local boutiques doing a release, and then international boutiques, and then another international boutique? It can be a bit. It can be really annoying to have this contrast between, especially if like that one film, what was The Haunting of Julia, that was released, and it was released like in 3 different countries and 3 different releases, like one in Australia from Imprint, one in America from Scream Factory, one in the UK from Studio Canal. It's so annoying sometimes, especially as a collector trying to find the best version to get, and they all have all unique elements. One had an original CD soundtrack, lenticular, and a booklet. One was a UHD disc. One was from the England, and had a different title. So, yeah. It's fun to be a physical media collector sometimes. Anyway, thanks for watching. I'll see you guys next time. Bye. It's time for coffee.